You are James Bond. At least, that is what people imagine. Tailored suits, Aston Martins, gadgets hidden in wristwatches, license to kill. The world believes British intelligence officers live glamorous lives of danger and seduction. MI6 encourages that belief, because myth is useful. It distracts from reality. Real intelligence officers do not introduce themselves. They do not fire guns often. And the most successful missions look completely ordinary. You want it to be James Bond. This is the life you would actually live inside MI6. Level 1. The Graduate. You do not walk into MI6 headquarters asking for work. You apply for something respectable. Foreign Office Fast Stream, Defense Analyst Program, International Business Consultancy. Your background looks ideal. Languages, travel, academic discipline. You attend assessment centers filled with ambitious graduates, group discussions, policy simulations, crisis exercises. Nobody mentions intelligence, but some candidates disappear quietly after final interviews. Weeks later, you receive a second invitation. Different building, different interviewers. They already know everything about you. They ask how you handle loneliness, whether you have secrets, whether you can lie convincingly without believing the lie. You begin to understand. You are not joining a job. You are entering a system. Level 2. The Clearance. Before training begins, your life is dismantled. Financial history examined line by line. Relationships evaluated for vulnerability. Former partners contacted indirectly. Foreign travel reconstructed. You learn an uncomfortable truth. Trust is not assumed. It is engineered. Security officers ask questions designed to unsettle you, not to discover guilt, but to measure honesty under discomfort. You sign legal documents you cannot discuss. From this moment forward, parts of your life become permanently classified. You still look like an ordinary professional, but your privacy now belongs to the state. Level 3. Training. There is no explosive initiation. Training feels bureaucratic. Observation drills, surveillance detection routes, report writing. Yes, report writing. Most intelligence work exists on paper. You learn how to meet strangers without appearing deliberate, how to exit conversations gracefully, how to remember details others forget. You practice building cover identities, employment histories, educational backgrounds, family stories invented but emotionally believable. You learn recruitment psychology. Every human decision eventually reduces to pressure points: fear, ambition, money, recognition, loneliness. James Bond kicks down doors. You learn to open them politely. Level 4. First posting. You arrive overseas under diplomatic cover. Officially, you are cultural attaché, trade advisor, political analyst. Unofficially, you observe. Embassy receptions become hunting grounds. You listen more than you speak. Who complains about leadership? Who drinks too much? Who feels overlooked? You never recruit immediately. Friendship comes first. Months pass, sometimes years. One conversation changes tone. Information is shared casually. A document offered discreetly. The relationship shifts. You now manage a source. No explosions. Just trust slowly transforming into betrayal. Level 5. The Handler. You run multiple assets. Encrypted communications. Emergency meeting plans. Extraction contingencies. Some assets become paranoid. Some become greedy. Some simply want someone to talk to. You must remain emotionally distant, because attachment destroys judgment. One source disappears. Arrested. Interrogated. You read intelligence reports describing their capture in clinical language. You continue working, because intelligence work measures outcomes, not emotions. Level 6. The myth breaks. You realize something unexpected. You are not James Bond. You spend more time preventing crises than creating action. Success means nothing happens. No headlines. No recognition. You manipulate conversations. Influence decisions quietly. A minister delays legislation. A scientist attends a conference abroad. A negotiation shifts direction slightly. History changes by inches. Nobody notices. That is success.
Level 7. Non-official cover.
You accept deeper assignments. No diplomatic protection. Your identity becomes entirely fabricated. Business consultant, energy analyst, journalist. You live inside the cover permanently. If exposed, London denies involvement. You operate alone. Every cafe seat chosen carefully. Every exit memorized. You learn danger rarely announces itself. It appears during ordinary moments. Routine becomes risk. Trust becomes calculation. Level 8. The Controller. You return to London. Promotion removes you from the field. Now younger officers report to you. You approve recruitments, authorize payments, evaluate intelligence credibility. You influence operations without leaving your desk. Maps replace streets. Reports replace adrenaline. You begin shaping world events indirectly. Power feels abstract, but responsibility becomes heavier. Level 9. The Crisis. Every intelligence career meets failure. An operation exposed publicly. Media questions. Political pressure. You review decisions repeatedly, searching for a moment where you could have acted differently. There is none. Intelligence failure rarely comes from one mistake. It emerges from uncertainty itself. You defend your officers. Privately, you carry doubt forward. Ambiguity becomes permanent. Level 10. The Exit. You leave service quietly. No farewell ceremony. No public recognition. Your career remains classified. You return to civilian life, but habits remain. You sit facing exits. You notice surveillance instinctively. You evaluate strangers automatically. Friends see calm professionalism. They never see constant analysis behind your eyes. You understand intelligence work changes perception forever. You do not stop being an intelligence officer. You simply stop being employed as one. Level 11. The Truth. James Bond never retires. Because James Bond never existed. He is a story designed to simplify a complicated reality. Real intelligence work is slower, quieter, morally uncertain, built on relationships rather than heroics. And somewhere tonight, a graduate attends an interview, believing they are starting an ordinary career. A second invitation arrives later. A life divides into two identities. The myth continues. The service continues. The cycle continues.